Cracker Barrel Old Country Store is no longer the Old Country Store. They've lost the cracker. They've lost the barrel in their logo. Now it just looks like, I don't even know. It reminds me of some, like Long John Silver's. So I don't know. It reminds me of some kind of generic logo. And then the decor on the inside is awful. They took all the charm, all the little banjos off the walls, the handsaws, and now it just looks like some, well, as I said yesterday, like a bougie millennial apartment just outside of New York City. It's just totally charmless. They even went so far as to ruin the peg game. Give me the peg game. You see this? You know the peg game they have at I know it's like a hobby horse of mine because I love Cracker Barrel. It's my son's favorite restaurant. So they have this little game where it's a little, golf tees and you try to eliminate all the tees by jumping them. It's kind of fun. Jump all but one games. And here's what it says on it. Jump each tee and remove it. Leave only one, you're genius. Leave two, and you're pretty smart. Leave three, and you're just plain dumb. Leave four or more, and you're just plain ignoramus. Cracker Barrel Country Store. I have one of those games sitting in my office. My boys love to play it. They've had this game forever. It's a lot of fun. I remember playing it as a kid. They've even rebranded the game. Now, it's got that ugly, plain, lame Helvetica font. And it says, leave only one, you're a genius. Leave two, rocking the chair, but not the game. Well, you're rocking the chair, but maybe not quite the game. Leave three or more. No reason to be embarrassed. Try again. One reason to be embarrassed is they misspelled embarrassed. They only put one R, but that's the least of it. Hey, haha. Hi, I'm a lady who took over Cracker Barrel, and we're going to make it all look like a hospital cafeteria. Yeah, we are, and we're going to get rid of the cracker and the barrel. Yeah, and we're gonna make everything really sterile and minimalist. Yeah, and we're going to take that mean game. It said that kids who didn't do well on it kind of made a joke about how they're dumb. We can't have that. You're rocking the chair, not the game. And if you really blow it, it's just, don't feel embarrassed. Try again. It just sounds like an HR lady. It just seems so clinical, so contrived, I feel so alienated from Cracker Barrel. And I'm not the only one. Right now, go to expressvpn.com/Michael Knowles Show. Free online services like Facebook and Google. They actually do charge you. You know how? By using your personal data. They track your behavior and they sell this information to advertisers. When something's free, you're not the customer, you're the product being sold. Your digital self is traded to unknown entities who might want to sell you products. They might want to influence your political views. They might want to manipulate your vote. To reclaim your privacy and protect yourself online, you should use ExpressVPN. Without a VPN, your internet provider can legally track and sell your data in the United States. Meanwhile, data brokers collect your information across websites and apps, creating detailed profiles of you through your IP address. ExpressVPN solves this by routing all your activity through encrypted servers, preventing your ISP from seeing or selling your data, while also hiding your IP address so brokers can't track you. I love ExpressVPN. I've used it for 8 years now. It's super easy, even for a Luddite like me. You click one button on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, connects up to 8 devices with a single subscription. CNET and The Verge rated the #1 VPN worldwide. Find out how you get 4 months free by scanning the QR code on screen, clicking the link in the description box below, or going to expressvpn.com/Michael Knowles Show. Within 24 hours of this logo change, of the redesign, shares of Cracker Barrel fell as much as $8.74. That means that Cracker Barrel lost 15% of its value in 24 hours. Cracker Barrel lost $200 million in market cap. It rebounded a little bit, but not a ton. CBS News reached out to Cracker Barrel and asked about losing the cracker and the barrel, the old man and the barrel design. And I guess the old guy's name is Uncle Herschel. And Cracker Barrel said, Uncle Herschel will remain front and center in our restaurants and on our menu. Our values haven't changed. And the heart and soul of Cracker Barrel haven't changed. But they obviously have. They obviously have. Look, they realize this is a catastrophe. If I were the board of directors, that lady would have been fired yesterday, would have been fired by lunchtime. That is a disaster. I would reverse course. This is new Coke. Sometimes brands think they can just push through and they're going to force it down the throats of customers and they'll like it eventually. This is not one of those times. Sometimes a rebrand is a complete disaster and you need to immediately reverse course, like new Coke, when Coca-Cola changed its recipe and everyone hated it and they just had to say, yep, whoops, we're taking a mulligan on that. Mea culpa, we're going back. Cracker Barrel's got to go back. Why do I care so much? Because it's a symptom. It's an example of what's happened to our whole culture. The rise of minimalism. That's been building for about 100 years now. The rise of Bauhaus and minimalism and this silly notion that form follows function, which is not true. Function often follows form. This notion that we just need to reduce ornamentation and beauty and live like we're in a computer screen or something. Like we're in a sci-fi dystopia where we all look exactly the same and talk exactly the same and nothing has beauty or detail or ornamentation. The heart and soul of Cracker Barrel is that it's real old-timey. If you try to update it to make it really modern, you necessarily lose the heart and soul of Cracker Barrel. Why do I care so much about Cracker Barrel? Is it because I love the dumplings so much? No, they're fine. Is it because I go there constantly? No, I go like twice a year when I'm on a road trip. It's because there was no need for this. And it was such Americana. I mean, it was contrived in its own way to just represent old Americana. And ideologues, wittingly or unwittingly, consciously or unconsciously, have to get rid of that. They're allergic to detail and fun and difference and diversity, ironically, and the past and our heritage and tradition and just keeping things the same. Certain brands need to be updated every 6 months. It's just part of their company. Apple needs to be updated. It's got to be modern. It's got to be sleek. It's got to be like from outer space or something. Cracker Barrel's brand is not to change. That's in the brand. And they just don't get that. Drives me absolutely crazy. So they've lost their soul. They need to fire that lady. And I suggested deport her to Bukele. I think that's the only solution. You gotta, there need to be consequences. I was talking about it earlier in the show. That's a bad change. And it's so missing the moment. Americans voted against that just absolutely soulless, clinical, Helvetica, millennial, 20-teen slop, progressivism. They voted against that. They're sick of that. They don't want that anymore. You missed the moment. Go back. Come back. That was a good clip. So stop and ring the bell and subscribe so I see you more frequently. I want to see you more frequently. I'll see you soon.